ミルク。冷たいの。
ミルク。
In ReZero Season 4, Subaru faces his most terrifying enemy yet, himself. What if I told you that the one person who knows all your secrets could suddenly become a stranger? The truth behind Arc 6 will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about Return by Death. The announcement dropped on March 26th, right after that jaw-dropping Season 3 finale that left everyone, worldwide, in shock. And if you thought the previous seasons pushed Subaru to his limits, you haven't seen anything yet. Imagine waking up, surrounded by people who claim to know you, in a world filled with deadly threats, with no memory of who you are or how you got there. That's exactly what happens to Subaru in ReZero Season 4. And the psychological horror? It goes deeper than anything we've experienced in the series so far. And speaking of deeper layers to the story, have you caught those subtle Japanese Easter eggs hidden in the trailer? Most Western viewers completely missed them, including a mind-blowing connection between Subaru and a character from 400 years ago that will completely transform the series. Now for the juicy details you've been waiting for, when is Season 4 actually coming out? On March 26th, right after Season 3's finale, the official ReZero Twitter account dropped the bombshell announcement that Season 4 is officially in production. But here's the insider scoop most fans missed. What's really interesting is what Yusuke Kobayashi, Subaru's voice actor, said about the announcement. He teased, "Thought you'd have to wait another 4 years? Not this time."
注文は
This is a huge deal because there was a massive gap between previous seasons. Remember waiting from 2016 to 2020 between seasons 1 and 2? Yeah, that was painful. Rie Takahashi, who voices Emilia,
踊れ、踊れ。我が力の本流に臨むは崩壊なり。
also pointed out that this is the first time they've been able to announce a sequel immediately after a season ended. She literally wrote "Victory" in her announcement, which shows just how excited the cast is about this. But here's where I have to be the bearer of bad news. While production is confirmed, we don't have an official release date yet. Based on typical anime production cycles, we're probably looking at late 2026 at the earliest, with early to mid 2027 being more realistic.
Oh my god.
But hey, that's still better than the 4-year wait we had before. And trust me, this arc is absolutely worth waiting for. So what exactly is Season 4 going to cover? Let's break down the story. After the events of Season 3 and the Battle of Priestella, Subaru and his companions are left with a major problem. Many people have lost their names and memories to the Sin Archbishops of Gluttony. This includes Rem, who's still in a comatose state.
けど、今日は話すことがいっぱいあるぞ。なんせ招かれざる客。
Desperate for answers and a way to restore these lost memories, Subaru leads a team to the mysterious Pleades Watchtower. This team includes Emilia,
そうよね。やっぱり。
Ram,
誰のこと？
Beatrice,
何か一言。
Julius, Anastasia,
増えちゃってずるい。
who's secretly possessed by the artificial spirit Echidna, Meili Portrout, the demon beast Tamer, and even Rem's unconscious body. But here's the thing, getting to the tower is a nightmare in itself. They have to cross the Ogria sand dunes, a desert so dangerous that even Reinhard, the strongest character in the series, once had to turn back. The sand dunes aren't just your typical desert. They feature spatial distortion that makes conventional navigation impossible, deadly sand times that occur 3 times daily, and vicious demon beasts called courtesan bears. It's like the world itself is trying to keep people away from the tower. After multiple failed attempts, and yes, several of Subaru's deaths that we'll likely see in the anime, they finally reach the tower and meet its guardian, a woman named Shaula, who claims to be the apprentice of the sage Flugel. But here's where things get really interesting. The Pleiades Watchtower isn't just a building, it's a test. Each floor is named after a star in the Pleiades cluster, and each floor past the 3rd layer features a trial that grants access to that floor's library. Shaula reveals that to gain the knowledge they seek, they must complete these trials. But she also lays down some strict rules. 1. She'll kill them if they try to leave without reaching the 1st layer's library. 2. She'll prevent them from violating the trial's rules. 3. She'll prevent them from disrespecting the libraries. 4. She'll prevent them from damaging the tower itself. 5th, and a hidden 5th rule that becomes crucial later, it is not forbidden to destroy the trials. The group manages to complete the 3rd floor's trial and gains access to the Tegeta library. A collection of books containing the complete memories of dead people. Reading these books allows you to experience the person's entire life as if you were them. But just when they think they're making progress, disaster strikes. Subaru wakes up one morning with absolutely no memories of his time in this world. He doesn't know who he is, who his companions are, or anything about Return by Death. Just think about that for a second. Our protagonist, who's been through countless deaths and loops, suddenly has no idea who he is or what he's capable of. This creates a situation we've never seen before in ReZero, Subaru dying permanently without knowing he can come back. This isn't just a plot device, it's a complete deconstruction of the main character and the series' core mechanic. And that's what makes Arc 6 so brilliant. But that's not even the most shocking part. The true horror of Arc 6 isn't just Subaru losing his memories, it's what happens afterward. Without his memories, Subaru begins to die repeatedly without understanding why he's returning. He experiences death after death, each more confusing than the last, with no context for what's happening to him.
スバル君どこ行くの？
俺から離れ。
Imagine dying horribly, then waking up again with no explanation, then dying again and again and again, with no understanding of why or how this is happening. It's psychological torture in its purest form. The light novels go into excruciating detail about Subaru's mental state during this period. There's a moment where he's pushed down a long staircase, and as he falls, he has just enough time to realize he's about to die, only to wake up again with the same confusion and terror. This arc forces us to ask, what makes you, you? Is it your memories, your experiences, your relationships? When Subaru loses his memories, he doesn't just forget his friends. He forgets the countless deaths he's endured to save them. He forgets his love for Emilia. He forgets everything that has shaped him into the person he's become. And yet, even without his memories, certain aspects of his personality remain. His desire to help others, his determination, his willingness to sacrifice himself. This suggests that Subaru's growth throughout the series has changed him on a fundamental level, beyond just his conscious memories. The light novels contain a particularly powerful scene where amnesiac Subaru encounters Rem's unconscious body. Despite having no memory of her, he feels an inexplicable connection, a beautiful moment that shows how some bonds transcend even memory itself. Just when you think things can't get any more intense, we discover the true culprit behind Subaru's memory loss, Louis Arneb, the third Sin Archbishop of Gluttony.
東京滞在司教暴食担当
Unlike her brothers Lai and Roy, who consume names and memories, Louis has a unique ability. She can consume the experiences and emotions tied to memories, and she's been manipulating Subaru from within the Hall of Memories. The light novels reveal something fascinating that the anime might not show in detail. Louis didn't just take Subaru's memories, she wanted to experience his return by death. She wanted to feel what it was like to die and come back, to experience the emotional roller coaster that Subaru has been through. This creates one of the most disturbing confrontations in the series, as Subaru faces not just an external enemy, but a being who has literally been inside his mind, experiencing his most private traumas and pains. Here's where things get really interesting. In the Hall of Memories, Subaru discovers books containing his own memories. By reading them, he relives every life, loop, and death he has experienced since arriving in this world. It's like watching a highlight reel of the entire series from a third-person perspective. This leads to a mind-bending scenario where Subaru essentially meets another version of himself, a meta-commentary on identity and self-perception that goes deeper than anything we've seen in the series before. Now let's talk about some fascinating details from the light novels that might not make it into the anime adaptation. First, there are significant differences between the web novel and light novel versions of Arc 6. For example, in the light novel, Ram plays a much more crucial role in helping the group navigate through the sand dunes using her clairvoyance ability. There's also an incredible scene where Ram uses her clairvoyance and accidentally links with the sage, causing blood to stream from her eye socket. This suggests a connection between the sage Flugel and current events that might be crucial to the overall story. The hidden fifth rule of the tower, it is not forbidden to destroy the trials, becomes a major plot point that allows Subaru to overcome seemingly impossible obstacles. This clever loophole shows Flugel's foresight and possibly his connection to Subaru. Speaking of connections, throughout Arc 6, there are subtle hints suggesting a link between Subaru and Flugel. Shaula immediately recognizes Subaru by his scent, mistaking him for her master, who she's been waiting for over 400 years. This has led to some wild fan theories about Subaru's true identity and his purpose in this world. The light novels also go into much more detail about the books of the dead and how memory works in the ReZero world. Memories are physical entities that can be stored, read, and consumed, a concept that adds a whole new layer to the series' mythology. But the hidden detail most fans miss is how Reed Astrea, the first sword saint, is portrayed. Historical records remember him as a noble hero, but when the group encounters him in the tower, he's crude, vulgar, and completely different from his legend. He fights using chopsticks instead of a sword and speaks in an archaic dialect that's difficult to understand. This contrast between legend and reality is a recurring theme in ReZero, reminding us that history often remembers people very differently from who they actually were. So why are fans so excited about Season 4 adapting Arc 6? What makes this arc so special? For one, it's incredibly focused. Unlike previous arcs that jumped between different locations, Arc 6 takes place almost entirely within the Pleades Watchtower. This creates a claustrophobic atmosphere that amplifies the psychological horror elements. It also features some of the most intense character development in the series. Without his memories, Subaru is forced to rediscover himself, creating moments of raw vulnerability we haven't seen since the early episodes. The trials in the tower mirror Subaru's personal struggles throughout the series, creating a perfect thematic resonance that ties everything together. Each challenge forces him to confront different aspects of his identity and relationships. But what truly sets Arc 6 apart is how it deconstructs the very foundation of ReZero. By taking away Subaru's memories and his understanding of return by death, it forces us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about the series' mechanics and Subaru's character. The darkest loop yet isn't about dying, it's about forgetting why you're fighting to live in the first place. It's about losing your sense of self and purpose, then finding the strength to rebuild it from scratch. And that's what makes Arc 6 a masterpiece of storytelling. It's not just about external conflicts, it's about the internal battle to understand who you are and what you're fighting for. As promised, let's dive into some exclusive Japanese Easter eggs and hidden references that Western viewers completely missed. First, the name Pleiades in Japanese is Subaru. Yes, the same as our protagonist's name. This isn't a coincidence. In Japanese culture, the Pleiades star cluster is called Subaru, which is why the car company uses a 6-star logo. This creates a deliberate connection between Natsuki Subaru and the Pleades Watchtower that most Western viewers completely miss. Second, Shola's name comes from the Arabic word for raised tail and refers to the star that marks the stinger in the Scorpius constellation. In Japanese astrology, Scorpius has special significance as a symbol of transformation and rebirth, directly connecting to Subaru's journey of losing and regaining his identity. But here's the mind-blowing connection I promised. The Japanese text contains wordplay that strongly hints Flugel and Subaru are connected in ways beyond coincidence. The author uses specific kanji combinations that create double meanings when Shaula talks about her master's scent. These subtleties are completely lost in translation. In the original Japanese, when Shaula first meets Subaru, she uses a specific honorific that she would only use for Flugel. Japanese readers immediately caught this, while English readers had no idea of its significance. And the biggest Easter egg of all, the tower's design itself contains hidden Japanese numerical symbolism. The number of steps between floors, the arrangement of the stars, and even the trial mechanisms all reference Japanese folklore about the connection between stars and fate. These elements create a subtle but unmistakable suggestion that Subaru's arrival at the tower was predestined from the very beginning. These cultural references add an entirely new dimension to the story that most Western viewers will never fully appreciate. ReZero Season 4 is shaping up to be the most psychologically complex and emotionally devastating season yet. With production already confirmed and the incredible source material of Arc 6 to draw from, fans are in for an unforgettable experience. While we don't have an exact release date yet, the wait will absolutely be worth it. This isn't just another season of anime, it's a profound exploration of identity, memory, and what it means to be human. So what do you think? Are you excited for Season 4? What aspects of Arc 6 are you most looking forward to seeing animated? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime analysis. Until next time, remember, even without your memories, you're still you.